wealth managers and IFAs are just not digitally present. Actually, they're just AWOL, and that's part of the main problem. This article in the Financial Times, emerging wealth individuals want digitally present advisors. The fact of the matter is, the firms which are getting ahead are working with TikTokers, and you're probably watching me on either TikTok or YouTube. And that's not just because it's a method of communication. It's because if you're not up to speed on that, how on earth are you going to be up to speed on AI and apps, free tools like we've created here, which does portfolio stress testing, so you can play around with it yourself without having to constantly wait for an advisor to speak to or pay a fortune to them either. You can just do it yourself and learn, and then you can speak to the advisor when you're ready and you're better informed. They don't want you to be better informed. It's one of the reasons why they are simply not digitally with it. Can I put it that way? One of the other reasons is they're of an older generation. They were schooled in the 80s maybe, or even the 70s, God forbid, in the 70s. And I'm not being ageist, because there are people, I'm in my 50s, who are very much leading AI companies and hedge funds and investing in those, such as I do, and we're up to speed with it. But if you're not, then you don't owe them a favor. They owe you a living, but you don't owe them a favor. And I think this is a problem which is going to become increasingly significant. What does it mean for you? It means go with the ones who are digitally native or AI native, who speak the same language you find in the same places that you're used to looking. We've got, for instance, with the BBC in the UK, a crisis, but not just BBC, ITV and the others, because it said that people just don't get their news that way anymore. And they don't. And similarly, they don't get their financial information. Now, of course, the danger is, if you don't get it from a reputable source, there's a problem. However, you can easily do the due diligence on those sources. I'm on LinkedIn. It's very difficult on LinkedIn to make up credentials and the like, because you've got, in my case, 30,000 other people who know you, able to say, hang on, you never did that, or I don't remember you were at that location and you had that qualification or that education, or you went to that university, etc., etc. So I think it's one of the best ways to actually due diligence people. How frequently are they writing? Do they have opinions, or are they just churning out the firm's view and they're just glorified salespeople? Do they actually know what they're talking about? Have you seen their written work, their video work, where they're trying to explain to you maybe how portfolios work and the like? In my experience, most people that I've spoken to take about 1 to 2 years to get to know somebody over video first before they even reach out to them. And the problem, as the Financial Times has clearly put, is these emerging wealth individuals or wealth managers are simply not present. They're still 9-to-5ers. They're still, I'll speak to you once a year, unfortunately. If you want to look at a different way of doing things and you want a ton of those free resources, those apps, which we've used AI to help us create, but they're phenomenal apps, then go to campaignforamillion.com or have a look at the link in the bio as well. Thank you.